What a wonderful time it is to get out and watch and observe and see the world around us. And this episode of the American Road Trip starts at Bristol Motor Park, or Motor Speedway, the Dragstrip, whatever it's called. Anyway, check it out. Check this place out. Now, this is the first time that I've ever had to experience Bristol Motor Speedway. And let me tell you, this place is fantastically large. And check out the drag strip they have here. It is sitting literally on a hill between two little hills. They call it Thunder in the Mountains. But, you know, hey, it is what it is. But look at that view with the grandstands. Wow. And right now we're walking as everybody is kind of getting ready to get into their parking zone. People trailing in their vehicles or what have you. That's kind of cool to see. So one of the reasons that we had to be here was because our buddy Jimmy Stahl is running. And Jimmy has been a long-term friend of Pop's. And of course, found out we were doing our camping trip coming up. And I say camping, we'll talk more about that a little bit later. And he's like, why don't you come up and watch us race? And we're like, okay. And it turned out to be a Nationals event. So we'll talk about Jimmy's vehicle and the class that he runs in and all that kind of good stuff here shortly. But because we are on vacation, he was like, come on in. And we'll get you crew passes, so we get to be crew for the day. And we're going to help lend a hand, turn a wrench or something like that, I'm sure. And got us a camping spot right here between the drag strip and the NASCAR circle there. And that was really, really awesome. Looking forward to this experience and looking forward to the weekend. And man, check out some of these rigs. Holy moly. Here you can kind of get a view of kind of the front main entrance here with information, ticket sales, and the little, ticket line and such for screening to get into here. And of course, you got the midway behind the trees here. I'm going to show you that here shortly. And of course, people are staging everywhere. You got a parking lot over here. You got Lot E over here. And of course, the midway will be just up the hill here for what it says on the sign there, Nitro Alley, Manufacturers, Midway, so on and so forth. So one of the advantages of being here on a Thursday is that they run, and they start their running on a Friday. Now, they run a little bit later than they do in Gainesville for the Gator Nationals. And obviously on Thursday, you got a lot of things that are unloading. You can kind of see inside the trailers and such. I didn't want to get those in too detail because a lot of these guys are private about what they have inside the trailers and such. But yeah, kind of neat to see them unloading, getting prepped, and a unique side that you don't often get to see here when you go to a Nationals event. So this is kind of a nice treat. So here's a unique feature that I found here while here at Bristol Dragway. Up on the hill, there is a lot of parking for campers and RVers and what have you. And the grandstands themselves are built into the side of the hill here. And of course, the raceway's right in the middle with the for the safety safari, the breakdowns, and all that kind of good stuff, right? But yeah, this is a brilliant design. Everything cut out into the hills here. Absolutely fantastic. Much different than what you get in Gainesville at the Gators. We're at the end of the track here where the safety safari and prep crew kind of hang out. It's kind of nice to see all these things kind of getting staged and ready for tomorrow. And we are in the break area, the breakdown area, the kind of the back end of the track. And I'm sure a lot of guys that are listening going, oh, it's not called that. That's fine. I'm just a casual fan. I'm not exactly a perfectionist and don't know all the technical terms, but that's all right. But it is gorgeous and beautiful to see all of this. Of course, you have the track ending right there, about probably about 200 yards from where I'm standing. Again, you can get to see those RVs up top there, and then a look down the track. Down that way, of course, you got, let's see here, you got your two displays for, you know, when they come across that zone. And for those unfamiliar, the top fuel guys only run 1,000 feet, and then everybody else runs the full quarter mile. If you haven't seen the gravel pit, well, this is your close-up view. Ain't nothing to it besides a whole bunch of rocks. And of course, some other stuff to keep debris from flying in the event of catastrophic failure in the slowdown area there. Now, I don't know if you can see it or not. I'm not able to zoom in right now, but I'll perhaps do this post-production. There are actually several different slopes going on here to help with the slowdown process. Of course, you got the main track, which is flat, and then it has one upslope, two, and then three before finally coming in to the pit here. Of course, got to show the sponsors some love by making sure that their inflatables are washed and clear. Helps with filming and photography and all that kind of good stuff. If you're looking around, you got lots of big names up in here. Mike Salinas, Kalita, or Kalita, however you want to pronounce it. I've heard it both ways. Another big name, Tony Schumacher, now with Skag Power Equipment. Ron Capps. Got Josh Hart. Steve Torrance. And of course, vendors are out in force. Always got their specialty cars. Of course, Toyota races the Gazoo Racing, which is different than the TRD. And well, there's a TRD right there. And they got their various BRZs and Supers out. New Tundra. That's a beautiful ride. And I don't know if you've seen that thing back there, but that is a cool little junior back there. You got Bob Tasca, of course, little advertisement and promo. Text, opportunities available. There you go. You can read it right there as we drive by. Of course, you have some armed forces recruiting. You got the U.S. Air Force. Have some sort of, you know, simulator thing going on there. That's kind of cool. You got Matt Hagan, Leah Pruitt, And of course, you know these guys, the Force family. Had a great experience with them a couple years ago, and that was awesome to have via the hospitality that we had. Should have a couple of pictures of that playing. What a great experience that was. If you're familiar with drag racing, you know exactly where we're standing. You got the tree up there. Looks like they're putting some new graphics there on the little guardrail dealie. Again, don't know the technical name. But this is where all the action is going to happen tomorrow. You got your staging lanes right over there. Looks like they laid some fresh paint for Thunder Valley Nationals down over here. We're not going to walk over that. That would be horrible. Again, they're spending the day getting things prepped up. I'm sure during the day tomorrow, they're going to lay down some fresh glue, do some stripping. Got your Thunder Valley Club, whatever that is. Grandstands. You got your crew grandstands down there. And of course, sponsorship, Camping World Thunder Valley. Again, new graphics being laid. And of course, flowers. Take a moment to soak it in here. Big names up there: Doug Herbert, John Force, Connie Kalita, Don Schumacher, excuse me, Don Garlitz. Of course, you got your sponsors for the event here. Food City, seen a lot of Food City. That must be the whole thing with Bristol is Food City. I see Food City everywhere. Of course, Summit and O'Reilly. And it looks like some additional spectators looking at the seats inside there. Looks like VIP spectating. Well, there's the upstairs. Yep. So you got, the John Q. General Public underneath here. You got your mid stands, and then you got your high level. And then back in here, Pop, look at this. Look inside. You got grandstands inside the announcing booth and behind here. For all you NASCAR fans, we are, of course, by Bristol Motor Speedway. And here's a shot from the distance on it. Looks really, really cool. But this is a beautiful, beautiful park. This here is Jimmy's rig. As you can see, he's got the big camper and it pulls the rod in the back. And let me tell you, this thing is absolutely a work of art here. Good Friday morning from the Thunder Valley Nationals in Bristol, Tennessee. And it is still early. It is day one of racing, which means qualifying. So it is early for a lot of these guys, but they are up and getting their equipment out and getting their cars warmed up, so on and so forth. And it's a really, really gorgeous day this morning. And the temperatures are probably started off in the low 50s, high 40s. And I'm expecting it to warm up to just in the mid 70s today, so it should be absolutely gorgeous. And taking a moment, we are blessed with certain passes today that'll help us get in early. So, gates open, I think, at 9:30, 9 o'clock, which means the gates are just now opening. And we're expecting the first round of sportsman qualifying to run right around, early. And we should be able to get at least 2 to 3, I would say 2 runs in today. One on the cold track, one with the track a little bit more warmed up before they get to the big boys. This is something I was not expecting. This place is so sprawled out that they implement, a little bit of shuttling services for the people. That's kind of cool. You won't see that at Braden Motorsports Park or at Gainesville Raceway at all. That area I was pointing out earlier, the camping zone, the RV zone, that has really filled up back there. Run of top dragster. Good Saturday morning from Bristol Motor Speedway in Thunder Valley. Last night was absolutely a fun time to have. Had a couple of shots, you'll probably see him playing in the background, of Nitro under the lights. And to see the flames shoot out and the sparks they were making and what have you, it was really awesome. Consistent 300-mile-an-hour times because of the weather and the track conditions. Isn't that a glorious sound to hear? So yeah, last night was a fantastic time. So today it's all about, of course, qualifying, and we're going to give Mr. Jimmy his space that he needs today because he'll have up to 4 different runs that he'll be running today. And of course, I'll just be capturing random shots that I want to catch for the day.
Jimmy Stahl, little Jimmy, out of Boone, North Carolina. American chassis, got a 632. Sitting behind the roll cage, going up against Frank L2.
Out of Georgia, Jeff Strickland out of Alabama. Wow, Jeff Strickland goes 9:31 on a 9:30 prediction.
Definitely a different sound than we have first times.